In this video, we're going to construct a simple watch using the microbit computer. So go to the Chrome browser, open up makecode.microbit, and we're going to start a new project. So we're going to call this one a watch, W-A-T-C-H, and it will be the first version, so version 0. We're going to create it. So we've got 2 blocks already for us. We'll just open up the screen, and we've got the simulator on the left, the toolbox, and the work area. So we're going to add 2 more blocks, and the first one will be button A, and we'll make a copy of that. So on the right, duplicate it, and you'll have button B. And we'll just put those down. And to select button B, just select the arrow for B. So we've got 4 blocks now. On start, forever, what happens when you press button A and what happens when you press button B. Can anyone guess what we might use the buttons for? Well, we're going to use them for incrementing the number of minutes. So we won't do it for the hours or the seconds. And we're just going to set right at the start the number of seconds at 0, the number of minutes at 0, and the hour will be 4 o'clock or 1600 hours. And the forever block is where all the work is done. So the first thing we need is to set the variables. We've got 3 variables. The first variable is for seconds. So this is going to count the number of seconds. The next variable is for minutes. And the last variable is for hours. So what we do is we set those variables. We set the hours to 0. We can duplicate that. And we've got 3 variables. And we'll set the other ones by going to the middle column and select minutes and select seconds. Now the hours we're going to set to 1600 hours or 16, and we're going to have the minutes as 0 and 0. Now in the forever loop, most of the time we're just going to wait for 1 second. So the way we do that is we go to basic, open that up, and we go to pause, drag the pause into the forever block. And instead of 100 milliseconds, now milli means 1,000th of a second. So we just go down and select 1 second. So that's 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second. And then we start doing some processing. So the first thing is after waiting, we increase the seconds by 1. And the way we can do that is to set, bring across the set, select seconds, and we then do a bit of mathematics. So we just select maths, and this is all the different blocks that we can do under maths. We just drag the plus, and we've got 0 plus 0. And under here, we want to add 1 to the seconds. So what we do, we just go back to the variables, drag seconds across, and when the 2 red circles click, see they're attached to each other now, let them click. So seconds plus, and we just type in 1. So we wait 1 second, and then we increase the number of seconds by 1. And so what happens is it'll just keep on going. Even when it's beyond 60 seconds, it will go to 61. So we want to stop that and reset it back to 0 and increase the minutes. So what we do now is do a bit of logic, open up the logic block, and we drag the if block into position. Now, if the seconds, so we go back, grab the seconds, and let it click into the true. So if seconds, now we need to do some more logic on that. So what we do is we grab the comparison and we bring that across. And instead of just seconds, we bring that into the comparison. And if the seconds is greater than, or if it equals 60, so what we can do is if the seconds equals 60, and we put that whole block, combined block now, and we let them click on. So we now have a logic statement that says, if the seconds is equal to 60, well, we want to reset it back to 0. So we go back to variables, set the variable, and set the seconds to 0. And we want to do something else at this stage, and that is increase the minutes by 1. So we go back and grab the set hours, change that to minutes, and we're going to do some arithmetic in here. And we go back to maths, grab the equals, go back to variables, grab the minutes, now, sometimes that might happen. So we've got minutes, and we can put it in here, and we just add 1. So we're increasing the minutes by 1. And we want to check, because we've got the same problem. When the minutes reaches 60, we want to set that. So we repeat this whole thing again. And there's 2 ways of doing that. We can just go down and duplicate and set this just under the previous block. But we've done seconds. Now we're going to compare the minutes. So if the minutes is equal to 60, we want to increase the hours. And all we do is change all these variables to hours. And that's probably enough, I think, for the time being. But the only thing is we should be showing the time. So what we want to do is after we've done that arithmetic, we can go back and show numbers. So we grab show number. And the first number we're going to show is the variable hours. And that'll go onto our microbits LED array. And we're going to duplicate that and show the minutes. So our simple clock now will go forever. It will check if the seconds is at 60. If it is at 60, it will increase the minutes and reset the seconds to 0. And it does the same with minutes. So what we need to do is just change that to minutes. Well, set the minutes to 1. Set the minutes to that and then increase the hours. So we had a little mistake there, and we've now corrected it because we've read the program and we can see what the logic is. Now, after we've done that processing here with using arithmetic and logic, we then show what the hours are and we show what the minutes are, and we don't show the seconds. Now, button A is going to be used to increment the number of minutes. So if we want to change our watch, we need to use the buttons to increase the seconds or decrease the seconds. So when you press button A, we're going to set the minutes. So select minutes, and we do a bit of maths on that. We go to maths, open up the maths, drag the first block out and let it click under there. And that variable is going to be minutes. We drag the minutes and we click it under there and we increase it by 1. So when we press button A, we increase the minutes by 1. And we do the opposite with button B. So we can just duplicate that and just change from the plus to a minus. Okay, so there is one mistake in this program, but I'll let you discover what that is. And we'll see what it does. Now, if we want to see the simulator, we can do a lot of this on the simulator. We can just increase the number of minutes. So we've got 16 and 2. So what we're showing here is the hours, then the minutes. And if we want to increase that, we've got 2 minutes, 16 and 3. And if we want to decrease it, we just press button B. And what you now do is to download that program. So go to the download section and then select your files. Go to the File Explorer. Now, under File Explorer will look like something like this. You then go into Downloads, and you should have that program right on the top. And that is dragged into the microbit, which is not connected at the moment, but all you do is just drag it in there. Okay, so that's all there is to the first video.